goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. Ask about me on the block, they'll say that I'm a banger. I fuck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Battle Cage. It's your boy, and that was Thug Nasty. Mixtape that dropped on us 3 years ago. Y'all forgot about that? Y'all forgot about that. I know you forgot about that. I know you did. Don't even play with me. Shout out to Thug Nasty. Came through. He was one of the picks on my Make the Bet video that I dropped on you guys. My first video back. I said, you know what? I'm going to include Bryce, Mitchell, Thug Nasty. My boy came through one of the 3 legs. Comes through. We cash on that. That was my only real play. I said, yo, I'm going with a 3-leg parlay. Gave it to everybody here. If you didn't watch it, go check it out. But, man, fight hard, baby. Bryce, Mitchell, Thug Nasty gets the job done via 3rd round TKO over Gracie. Let's go, Thug Nasty. He's back. I saw the fire in his eyes. That's all I'm gonna say. And I knew he's gonna come and he's gonna deliver, man. And you know what he said, man. You know what he said. God's gonna make America great again, and I appreciate that. Let's go, Thug Nasty. Shout out to him. Overall, what can I say? The fight overall, the card was awesome. Killer instinct. Alexandre Pantoja gets the job done, detours the plans of Kai Asakura. Welcome to the UFC, young buck. This is a whole different game. This is mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? Different level where we take you down and we submit your ass. If you slacking, you lacking. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Pantoja getting it done. I don't know why I disrespected. Sorry, I don't know why I disrespected Pantoja. I don't know why I even doubted Pantoja, but here I am apologizing to the champ. Alexandre Pantoja, I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to get knocked out. I apologize. I am a man, and if I make a mistake, I will own up to my mistakes, and I will apologize. And to you, sir, is the rightful apology. I made a mistake. But let's go over and talk about the results and things like that. Let's just see what happened, right? So that was the main event. I guess UFC might want to rethink bringing in fighters from other organizations and giving them straight belts without proving. I think it's a little bit disrespectful, if you ask me, because of the current standings. Like, you're just passing by, unless the guy is just a super killer, and we have what is it called? You know, like a super fight. Then maybe it might be different. But yeah, let's go over through the entire card and give up my 2 cents. So the very first one, let me make this better for you guys. Very first outing, man. Kenny and Chukwu makes it a quick work in the office, comes out and just starches Brzezinski in round 1. That's not a surprise to anybody. I hope it's not a surprise. I think most of us expected this outcome. So comes in, knockout, easy work. That's done. Clay Guida, man, listen, the biggest dog of the night. Unfortunately for him, it was just not his night. Well, we kind of expected that. Chase Hopper, like I said, he's growing, he's maturing, he picked up weight, he's really filling out his body. He's literally growing in front of our eyes. So, man, gets the job done. Submission, easy work. Round 1, gone. That's it, one and done. Let's continue. Michael Chiesa, Griffin started as a dog, as you can see at the odds. Even in my episode, Make the Bet, I told you guys this fight was razor thin close, at least for my liking, and I saw value on Michael Chiesa, especially being a little bit more well-rounded fighter. And as the time progressed, as the time went on, he actually closed the line at minus 130 favorite, remained the favorite pretty much the entire night there. There was a time where Max Payne Griffith kind of did a little bit of rollback and a little push, and yeah, it just was not enough. to capitalize, and he lost the fight. He got submitted in the very third round. Michael Chiesa gets the job done, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Cody Durden, I know he was a big dog for a lot of people. He started with minus 124, but as the time went on, he became a bigger favorite, plus 130, plus 132, plus 135, plus 140. He closed the lines at as high as plus 150. So, yeah, Cody Durden drops the bag. He loses via a decision here to Joshua Van, who completely outclassed him. There was a moment where Cody Durden took down Joshua Van, but then it was over. After Joshua Van got up, it was just night Irene. It was done after that. I mean, look at the striking, 184 total strikes for Joshua Van. That's pretty incredible, guys. That's look at the significant strikes, 165 to 70. That's pretty much insane if you ask me. So yeah, he gets the job done. Cody Durden, drops the bag. I know he was very confident going into this fight. He thought he was gonna win. Unfortunately, not his night. And let's move on. Chris Weidman had early success in the fight. He was doing it. He even dropped. There was an exchange where he dropped Eryk Anders, gets him to the ground. Unfortunately, I don't know what it was. There was a change of momentum, and Eryk Anders kind of comes back and he wins via a knockout, gets him out of there. And no surprise, like I said, I don't trust Eryk Anders. I would never bet on Eryk Anders, but there was value from the youth potential. So that was the capper for the early prelims. We opened up with the prelims, regular prelims, with Randy Brown versus Bryan Battle. Now I told you guys, Bryan Battle happens to be one of my favorite fighters, not because his last name is Battle Cage. You know what I'm saying? But he is one of my favorite fighters. I will go on a limb and say I am happy. I'm absolutely ecstatic that he won. Congratulations, Bryan Battle. Love you, sir, and I hope to have you on Battle Cage one of these days to interview you. But with that being said, I gotta be objective. I gotta call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, I'm gonna say this split decision, it could have gone either way. I would be kind of upset if Randy Brown won because I would be sad for Bryan Battle. But in this case, if you really look at it, just from a total objective standpoint, take all the feelings away, you could argue that Randy Brown kind of got a little. I'm not gonna say robbed because that's a discussion for later fight. But it could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? The fight was very. Look at the summary for the fight. Right, you have 109 to 80 total strikes. You had 2 takedowns that actually favored Randy Brown. There was no submission attempts. Total strikes actual scored. It's 60 for Randy, 57 to Bryan. There were no knockdowns. If you go round by round, I think round 1 was pretty decisive. I'm gonna score round 1 to Randy Brown. He started very, very crisp. He kind of confused Battle, and because he used his range methodically, he used it very well. He kept Battle at bay, and he scored. And you can see the numbers don't lie. 29 to 18 total strikes, and significant strikes, 21 to 14. So going into the second round, he was at live odds like minus 340. Like, he kind of went up there in terms of live odds, and I thought, man, like Bryan Battle is in trouble. Round two, as you can see, it's actually Bryan Battle because he came back, and he came back strong, and there's nobody can argue that. He came back 56 total strikes. The significant total strikes were 22, and he implemented the clinch game. He started controlling Randy, and he gets in a good position here. So he's controlling, he's winning the exchanges, he's controlling, he's getting the points. So it's 1-1 going into round 3 here. And look, this is very, very close here. Total strikes, as you can see, 35 to 30, very, very close. There was a lot of clinch. Implemented from Bryan Battle. Very little damage, but a lot of clinch, a lot of control. I'm not sure how you want to score it here, but if you look at the significant strikes, it's going to be Randy with 24 to 21. Razor thin fight. It could go either way. Like I said, I'm happy for Brian Battle, but there's an argument that Randy, was kind of snugged, and he kind of, they took it away from him because he was noticeably upset. Very, very thin, a very, very razor thin fight. I think this might have been Brian Battle's toughest fight at the highest level from the opponent side, because Randy Brown is very well rounded. So, like I said, I am absolutely ecstatic for Brian Battle. I'm happy. Battle Cage, Brian Battle, official fighter, baby. The battle continues. So, with that being said, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's move forward to one of my most confident picks. I told everybody there's going to be lots and lots of value for Aljamain Sterling, the former champ, but I was not having it. Movsar Evloev gets the job done. Unanimous decision. And I don't care what anybody says. You could call him boring. You could call him technical. I call him the decision machine. And the fight started. It was a little sketchy. Aljo took control very early. He surprised Movsar because Movsar is the guy who's taking control. He's the one who's dictating fight. He's the one who's usually doing all the takedowns. So was he caught off guard? Maybe. But the line dropped to even money. Even Steven, minus 115, minus 115. And I'm at the bar yesterday screaming, Movsar money line. And I was not the only one. There was another table. Surprisingly, lots of girls were rooting for him. So I guess all the Russian girls find him cute. And they were rooting for him just because of that. He's a good-looking guy, great shape. So good on you, Movsar. But he gets the job done because you want to go round by round or whatever, but look at the takedowns. It's very close. He was actually outperformed by Aljo, 6-4 takedowns, but it was the total damage, the total strikes, 136 to 45, dictating that. There was lots of reversals, man. This was a high caliber wrestling fight, scrambling fight. So look at that. That was very, very good. If you look actually the significant strikes, it looks like Aljo had some spectacular moments there. But overall, you go round by round, and there was just more moments for Movsar to score the fight in terms of control, in terms of more damage, than Aljo. So he gets the job done. Overall, unanimous decision. One of my most confident picks, guys, Movsar, and he was in the 3 legs. So we had Bryce Mitchell. And we had Movsar. That was in the bag, guys. So, moving forward, Vicente Luque, the Themba Gorimbo. I told you guys, a lot of people going to be sad on Gorimbo. There was a moment even I bought into the hype. At the face-off, he comes out with the whole Africa in his chest, flag swinging. I was like, man, Themba on the all-time high. I can definitely see him winning. But from the very beginning, I was freaking high on Vicente Luque. He was the ranked fighter. He was the more complete fighter. He had the more experience. He fought more of the killers, I guess, more tested, more battle tested. There was an exchange. He drops Themba Gorimbo, runs right up on him, and Darce chokes the shit out of Themba Gorimbo. It is what it is. The best dog of the night. Say what you win on Money Moicano. Shout out to him. He was called as the best dog of the night. And Vicente Luque, the silent assassin, gets the job done. And I'm happy. I'm happy that my internal instincts were validated. Now, this fight was very volatile. I told you, I don't know why Dominick Reyes was such a big favorite, but I guess they were literally not. They were not. I guess here's what it is. Break it down. I think it was not the fact that we were betting on Dominick Reyes. Is that we were literally betting against Anthony Smith because we didn't believe in him. And listen, as good as he is, as a good of mind that he has. And by the way, let's give a clap. Let's give it a shout out to Anthony Smith for all that he did. He took off his gloves. He retired. Anthony Smith, hats off to you, brother, man. I believe Guida, I think, retired too. I'm not sure. But I know Anthony Smith, I saw him His gloves were taken off. The padding was cut off. So I think Anthony Smith is done, and rightfully so, man. Rightfully so. Shout out to Anthony Smith for all the battles, for all the war, for all the damage. But I think it's just too much damage at this point. There was a moment where Dominick Reyes just is slamming him and slamming him and slamming, and I'm literally screaming like, "Ref, stop the damn fight!" So I'm glad that was stopped. Dominick Reyes gets the job done via a TKO method. Dominick Reyes wins in round 2. Let's move forward. Man, I'm sad for this one. I'm a big Nate Landwehr a fan. I'm not gonna jump ship just because my guy didn't win. I'm still gonna support him. Shout out to Nate the Train. You're a tough son of a gun. You gave everything. You didn't give up. Unfortunately, you got caught in a crucifix, and it is what it is. But Dooho Choy, man, the man came out stellar, and that's when I knew my other parlay that I had, a magical parlay with Nate the Train. It was gone. It was gone. I was like, damn. I had all my initial instincts. I picked Luque. I picked a Michael Chiesa, dog value there. It was an initial parlay to win like 14K. Craziness. But I picked Nate Landwehr. I should have picked the 5 starts round 2, maybe 5 starts round 3. But it is what it is. I stuck with my pick. Unfortunately, Dooho Choy came out as a man of possessed. Looked like a man made of steel. And just from the very bell, just started violating. I'm sorry to say, violating Nate the Train. Punches, elbows, kicks, just chopping it. So, man, it was hard to watch. But Nate the Train, man, warrior. It is what it is. And he started as a minus 142, and the line just kept dropping and dropping. At the start of the fight, at the bell, ding, ding. Guess what? It was an even Steven, baby. There was a lot of value coming in on Dooho Choy, a lot of money. So shout out to all the guys that cashed the ticket on Dooho Choy. He gets the job done via TKO method because he got caught. He caught him in a predicament here. So Bryce Mitchell, man, we already played his music. We'll do it again. Hold on. Oh yeah.
I fight hard and that's my job.
That's my job.
I fight hard and that's my job. All
That's
that
right.
glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my job. All that glory goes to God. I fight hard and that's my
Let's go. Thug Nasty gets the job done via a 3rd round TKO with a vicious double elbow. Knocks out Gracie. Gracie, man, as long as the fight lasted, he actually, I think, did better in this outing than his last outing against Charles Jourdain. But listen, all he can do is pull guard. Like, that's literally the whole story of this fight. As soon as they're in the clinch, jumps, pull guards, drops Bryce Mitchell to the ground because he just cannot fight, man. Gracie is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, and that's all he is. He's not a mixed martial arts fighter. I've said that. I don't want to call him garbage. It's just he's a specialist in his own right, and that's what he does. He pulls guard, everybody. That's all he does. That's all he ever going to do. And so for the 3rd time, I think he pulled several times, but in the 3rd round, man, he pulled guard, and guess what? Bryce Mitchell went to work. Bam. Those elbows knocked him the hell out. TKO. Ref ends the fight because he kind of saw Gracie's eyes started rolling back. So congratulations, Mr. Bryce Mitchell. Thug Nasty. We fight hard. That's our job. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That was a confident pick in my parlay. Okay, this one, I got to reload the page for you guys because it's kind of weird. Let me just do it. All right, kind of had to pull it on here because the other one was just kind of didn't load correctly. So, Ciryl Gane, this is the most controversial fight of the evening. You always have one controversial fight, but this is the most controversial fight of the evening. Ciryl Gane gets the nod, split decision win over Alexandre Volkov. This was their rematch from back in 2021 when Ciryl Gane won a very close and competitive unanimous decision. Now he wins by a split decision, and Volkov was upset, and rightfully so, because even though I picked Ciryl Gane to win, and I had him in my that magical, crazy parlay, I will sit here and confidently and objectively, and I want you to argue with me, I think Ciryl Gane lost this fight. I think Volkov did enough to win the fight. He ended the fight on top, which not always doesn't mean anything, but I think he did enough. If you analyze the total fight, the total striking, and more damage came from Alexander Volkov. 105 total strikes. If you analyze by significance, very slight difference, 43 to 39, favoring slightly, ever so slightly, Ciryl Gane. But Volkov, look, he had more head strikes, he had more body, so you're gonna give him the legs here, but not too crazy. And if you look at the control time, it is Alexander Volkov with 4 minutes and 32 seconds over 3 minutes and 40 seconds, almost a minute over than Ciryl Gane. You look at the takedowns, it is 2-3, and once again, Volkov is taking that total takedown. If you look at the submission attempts, it's 2-1. Ciryl Gane had two submissions, and one of them is literally in the very, very last round for almost, I want to say 60 to 70% of the round. He's literally fishing for a Kimura, trying to finish the fight. But Alexander Volkov did a fantastic job defending it, and defending it rather well, if you ask me. And then he finished the fight on top. Raining punches on Ciryl Gane. How did they do this? Very easy. Volkov was a phenomenal dog. I believe a lot of money came in live, like money poured in live, because it was literally very, very close, 1-1. In fact, the lines were open up until the 30-second mark of the fight. I've never seen that. Up until the 30-second mark, the lines were literally dead even. -115, -115. That's how close this fight was. And I understand why it's a split. But what happened in the last 30 seconds? The last 30 seconds is Alexander Volkov on top, raining punches, beating and punching Ciryl Gane. As the fight ends, you have Volkov with his hands up, standing, and Ciryl Gane literally on the mat. Like, come on, hold on a second. Let me try to pull this up. All right, so here you have it. So, a couple of photos, right? Courtesy of MMA Junkie, by the way. So I don't wanna steal. I'll give credit where credit's due. As you can see, this is a very competitive fight. And by the way, shout out to Volkov for coming in with the braids, looking like Patty the Batty, baby, like the oversized Patty the Batty. Shout out to you. Comes in. Look at this. He's pressuring Ciryl Gane. He's in this fight. He never backed down. He was always there. The kicks was there. He was fighting. He was leg kicking up. He was kicking in the middle. I mean, like, Volkov did enough. And even here, look, he's defending. He's pressuring Gane. Even here, again, look, this photo doesn't lie. He got Ciryl Gane here looking for maybe a takedown attempt, and he's defending very, very well. Very hard-fought fight. Here's another one. Look at this. Now, that's Volkov taking down Gane. So back and forth. Very, very competitive, as you can see. Very competitive. Big boys were going down. This is where Gane has some action. He's like pressuring down Volkov. I'm not going to say there was a one-sided event, but look, Volkov still, every picture captured is in this fight. There was no moment where he wasn't in this fight. Here's another takedown, single leg attempt by Volkov. It was a great outing overall, back and forth affair. But I'm going to say, man, I feel for Alexander Volkov. I really do think this was a robbery. This was the only fight we can say a robbery, because you take away the man's, you take away his rankings, you take away his, potential shot for the next title. And I feel for him. He was upset. He came out to the presser. He spoke, and he spoke passionately. I forgot the lady who scored that second or third round for Ciryl Gane, that kind of swayed the entire landscape of the fight here. But let me tell you something. Things like this are gonna happen, and they're never gonna stop. The reason they're never gonna stop is as long as we, the public, can play and wager, and you have a big influence from the bookies and big money implications. I think this is gonna happen, and it's never gonna stop. The only way to do it is to completely get the bookies out of the sports. They want to make the lines, but respect the people's opinions. And respect the purity of the sport. I think as long as you have the bookies heavily involved with the sports and promotions, and you have the bookies sponsoring major events. Oh, courtesy of DraftKings, wear the crown. Courtesy of FanDuel, get into action. As long as they are sponsoring the events, the bullshit is always going to be there. It can be 100% bullshit, but it's going to be there for the most part, especially when you have a plus 270 dog violating the bookies because there's so much money. Remember, the plus side is a magnifier. All the money that would have been paid out had Volkov won, it could have robbed Vegas. You think Vegas is going to lose in Vegas? Crazy to even think about that. So, man, it is what it is. Volkov, I'm sorry for you. I feel for you, brother. But like I said, as long as this shit is happening, look, end of the fight. Volkov is on top, controlling, holding him down, raining punches. You think that's the man that lost the fight? This is the man that lost the fight. This man who's in control. Like how? Tell me how that's possible. Impossible. So I'm not gonna buy into it. I can't. I refuse to. I refuse to believe that. I refuse. I just cannot. I just refuse to believe that. So, yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately, but I do feel for Volkov. I do feel for his. How upset he was. I think he won the fight. I believe Dana White believes he won the fight, and you win as long as, again, I don't care who judges it, Saudi Amato, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're just names. They're just pawns doing what they're told to do. And as long as like I said, as long as that's in play, and you got the bookies, dictating the show, that's always going to be the case. And unfortunately to say, it's never going to stop. Yeah, it's never going to stop. So let's move forward to the co-main event, 5-rounder. This was a banger. It delivers. So Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Garry, 5-rounder. Ian Garry, man, I just want to say, Ian Garry, you are the man. Why? Because everybody and their mother were dodging Rakhmonov. Nobody wants to fight Rakhmonov. He is the boogeyman of the division. He was supposed to fight Bilal. Bilal got injured. He actually had a crazy infection. So Bilal, I hope you're healthy because the next fight is gonna be tough, guy. So, yeah. Listen, say what you want, but there was a moment in the fifth round. There's a moment in the fifth round when my final leg, Shavkat Rakhmonov money line, was in trouble because Ian Garry was able to snatch that body triangle and almost rear naked choke Rakhmonov. That was insane. So let's dissect this fight. I think this was a really good competitive fight, back and forth. Round one, Shavkat, no, there's no argument. Very close, very whatever. But the clinch control, I'm gonna give it to Shavkat. Round two, Shavkat, it is what it is. Clinch control. I'll work. I'll pace. Round three, very close, but I'm gonna edge this out, just like the lines say, a little bit to Ian Garry. He had 2 submissions attempts here. Round four, very close. Looks like Shavkat is getting tired. I'm still gonna edge Shavkat a little bit here, but you could argue for Ian Garry. As the fight went on, it was more Ian Garry, but the significant strikes here, still the more damaging shots, is gonna be for Shavkat. But like I said, the more the fight was going to go later rounds, I actually favored Ian Garry because I kind of felt that all the pressure that's going to be exerted by Shavkat is going to tire him out. And he was exhausted by the time we got to the fifth round. And as you can see, the fifth round is the most spectacular round for Ian Garry. He definitely won the fifth round. You can argue 1, 2, 3, 4, all for Shavkat. Even if you just want to say 1, 2, and 3, 100%, 4 and 5, maybe Garry. Still, he wins a majority unanimous decision here. But this round was spectacular. Ian Garry was able to get Shavkat in a predicament where he almost submitted him. He wrapped him up from the back, got the body triangle in, and he had his neck. He literally had his neck. It was really deep, and that's what I'm saying. Heart of a lion for Shavkat. He was able to weather the storm. Was able to reverse, get out of it, and finish the fight on top. He is the rightful winner of this, but Ian Garry's respect, Ian Garry's, whatever you want to you want to call him and you make fun of him, I don't give a shit. He is a warrior. His stock did not plummet. In fact, I really do think Ian Garry could be the number 3. There's nobody else. He's definitely the number 3. As of right now, we have the champion Belal Muhammad. We have the number 1 contender, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Ian Garry number 2. I know he was ranked number 7 or something, but even let me pull the rankings. There you have the rankings. You got Belal. You have Leon Edwards, which I think will lose to Ian Machado Garry from what I've seen, because I think Leon Edwards might be done. He might be at the slump now. Kamaru Usman, as tough as he is, I don't think he can handle tough caliber. Sean Brady, okay, he's still there. Jack Della, maybe. But man, Ian Machado Garry, I think he gives business to all of them. Everyone over Ian Garry, they can all get it. Colby does not want to fight Ian. Jack Della Maddalena, that could be a very scrappy fight, and I think Ian Garry might beat him, like unanimous decision. Sean Brady dropped the ball once. He might drop it against Garry. Kamaru, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the line, Leon could be a great fight for Machado. That would be a fantastic fight. That's something to look forward. But yeah, you look at this overall picture. I think the stock for Garry, the fact that he stepped up to the competition, the fact that he did not back down, he was confident. I think he only deserves a round of applause, guys. Ian Machado Garry is the real deal. So, main event, Alexandre Pantoja, Asakura. I don't know why. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I apologize to the champ. I apologize to Alexandre Pantoja. I bought into the K-pop hype. I thought we could be witnessing history here. The first champion from Japan, Asakura. But nah, man. Nah. The killer instinct. Alexandre Pantoja, he gets the job done. The round 1 was competitive. I think Asakura belongs, and there's fun fights to be had here. You look at round 1, total strikes 32-27. Yo, he is lightning fast. Asakura could be one of the most dangerous strikers at the flyweight and bantamweight. I'm going to say this again. The most dangerous, fastest, cleanest strikers at the lower level, at the lower weight level. So, it's just the fact, and he even, as the fight started, crazy knee to Pantoja, but a champion, man, he ate it. So anybody else, I don't know. This could have been over in like the first minute of the fight. So Asakura definitely belongs in the UFC. Round 1's very competitive, 1 submission attempt. He was able to weather the storm. Round 2, though, man, it's all Pantoja. 1 takedown, 1 sub, and done. At the minute he had the back control of Asakura, he was able to snug it in there and get it done. Rear naked choke for Alexandre Pantoja. And that is the wrap, baby. This is the UFC recap. So, from the betting perspective, overall, for purposes of the show, my 3-leg parlay hit. It was the most confident 3-leg parlay. Shavkat, Bryce Mitchell, and Movsar Evloev plus 102. That was a gift. But I did some stupidity on the side, which I'm too embarrassed to get along. So I am in the net negative profit from my personal side. But for the purposes of the show, you could consider I'm up 2 units. Plus a unit because I doubled my $100 bet. But besides that, from the betting perspective, not the best night for me. I've definitely had better nights. But I'm being honest with you guys. I just did stupid shit. And one of them, I will be honest, I actually bet Asakura straight money line. But shame on me. Shame on me. But I'm a man, and I take it on the chin, and I'll say I'm sorry. I am stupid for that. But I would never tell you guys to bet him. It was just a last minute stupid shit. Chase the money. I literally violated my own rules, right? Remember my rules. Don't chase the money. Do not chase the money. So, it's been a wonderful recap, guys. It was a great show. I loved it. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Making the Bet episode 2. My weekly segment will start probably later in the week because it's the next fight card is not that interesting. So don't blow your money. Just I think Buckley's gonna get the job done. But besides that, Merry Christmas, Merry whatever. Enjoy your New Year's. Don't blow your budget. January is not too far from now. We have a great card. So like and subscribe. Battle Cage. I'm outie.